Hey, it's Mitchie.
Hey, it's Jordan.
Hey, it's Sam.
And it's Lovely the Band here with Rob on Front Row Live.
It hasn't even been a year, and there's so much that went on in the last 10 months. Like, can you guys explain that to me? Like, what's going on?
I mean, it's been a ridiculous year. It has been unbelievable. We were just talking that the last time we saw you was before the EP was out last September. And a lot has changed, man.
Now we have the album out. You know, I'm loving the album. I'm loving the album. A whole lot of songs. Oh my gosh, yes! I love that you guys didn't do the typical 12. I love that you guys went.
We went a little bit forward.
Exactly.
We're gonna do it. We can do it right.
Exactly. Now with this album, did Christian come back to produce on the rest of the album?
Yep. Christian Menace did the whole album, and we're hyped on it.
Yeah.
We're stoked. It's out in the world. Our baby is alive.
Now, when you guys were about to release the debut EP, like we were talking about, how you guys were kind of learning to be a band together. Yeah. So, now that you guys came into this record, like how different was that studio process? Now that you guys kind of had some experience touring, had some experience writing together.
I mean, I think the relationship of all three of us has gotten. I mean, we were making the album. When we put the EP out, we were still making the songs then. But I mean, as we toured and as we got some miles under our belts, the relationship between us and really got a lot stronger. So bringing that in the studio, finishing up this record it really made the process, worthwhile for all of us, for sure.
Now, there's some songs that were on the EP that are on the album. Did they change at all for the album? Do you feel like you had to go into the studio and like re-record certain things or change some parts up?
No, the songs that made it from the EP onto the album are the same songs you heard on the EP. We just felt it fit, the story we were trying to tell and the journey we wanted the listener to take. So, and then we got 4 of them made it, and then not made it. 4 of them came from the EP on the full length, and 10 new ones, and then we have 2 interlude things.
Right. Now, one of the cool things about dropping the debut EP within the last couple weeks is that you guys dropped it, and then you guys went out to Lollapalooza. Like, sorry, the album. The album, the debut album, you guys dropped it, and you guys went straight to Lollapalooza. Like, when you guys hit that stage, did you experience a lot of fans already knowing the songs from the record?
That was the crazy part, was literally like songs that had never even seen the light of day yet. Yeah. People already, like a select few, had already learned all the words, and that to me is just like, just seeing that
it was a cool way to kick off release weekend.
Right.
Really, it was absolutely, it was not cool. It was the best way to play one of the festivals that we've always dreamed of playing and attending, and so many other great artists did play it, and it was such a good weekend.
And while you guys were kind of creating the record and touring at the same time, like how did the touring kind of like impact the way that you wrote the songs or you created the songs when you guys went into the studio?
I don't think one had to necessarily do with the other when we were making this. We just kind of did what we did and brought the songs to life and got them to where we wanted. And then, it made us move a little bit quicker maybe because like when we got down to finishing the record, we were like, oh shit, we leave in 5 days. We have to finish this. Yeah. I literally had to fly home from the tour we were on with Vance Joy to sing the last vocals on the album.
Damn.
Because we had to turn it in. Yeah. Pretty crazy.
The pressure was on for sure.
Yeah, pressure's on.
Yeah. Here for you.
Right there.
Here for you.
Yep.
So when we were talking about the debut EP, you guys had kind of talked about how like you were dealing with depression with your writing, and then on the debut album, there's a song "Alone Time" where I feel like you really tackled it. What was writing that song like? Because it's not an easy process to release.
It was definitely. That song was written in a very self-destructive period of my life. It was a lot of staying up all night, sleeping all day, partying all night, sleeping all day, just kind of cycle. And I think I poured all that energy into that song, and luckily I've gotten somewhat past that behavior. But the good thing is that the song came out of it. So yeah.
Now, Sam, like, how different do you think you recorded your drums or you're doing your drumming now after all this touring?
I don't know that much has.
Are you getting lazy now?
You want to know when it's done? I haven't been able to practice in a year. So it was a lot of, honestly, alone time is, if I could dissect it and get nerdy for a second, alone time was really weird for me to track because I haven't been able to practice in so long. There's this new thing that's pretty cool where like my brain doesn't do what my hands don't do what my brain tells them to do anymore. So alone time was like this weird thing where I was like, I can't get this. And then came time to tracking it, and then it was all fine. But yeah, no, it's been tracking that whole album was so fun. Yeah.
Did you guys individually have like a song that was difficult for you to like record?
To record, I think we all, I mean, what's cool with us in the studio is Sam touches on this a bunch, but we all kind of put our egos aside and we just do what's right for the song. Yeah. So, Sam will, be in the back and he'll hear a vocal part and be like, oh, Mitch, you should do this. And Mitchie's like, oh, okay, great, I'll do this. And then, I'll be like, oh, Mitchie's like, oh, why don't you do this drum part? And Sam's like, yeah, great. So, really going in this, and it was verbatim, that's how it happened. Yeah, oh, great. No, but, I think every song was its own beast, and we're happy that it turned out the way it did.
Yeah. What song are you most proud of on this record?
All of them. I mean, put simply, they all hold a different piece of my heart. Yeah. Not to get cliche, but yeah, I'm proud of them all. That's like it's taken my whole life to get here. Yeah. So, yeah.
Now, when we talked the first time, you guys had just played. Was Bootleg your first show?
First headlining show.
First headline show. So you guys had just played that. And then you guys, there's so much that's going on right now. Yeah. So I feel like the process has been really quick. Obviously, the fans are asking for this. Yeah. It's not like you guys are rushing it. Like, fans are asking for this music. But, for you guys, like, what was that process like? Like, having that show, going on tour, releasing the debut EP, going on more tours, and then releasing a debut album.
I know. We talk about this with each other a lot. Like, we'll go and play these radio shows, and we'll go play with these bands that have been bands for a long time. Yeah. Like we'll go play shows with Sir Sly and all these bands that just kill it, and are very obviously have been a band and for a long time. And we show up and we're like, wow, we're so we're not that we're new to this, but as like a band, all of us and the crew, it's a cool thing to be able to show up and to these things and be like, all right, well, the experience that we do have together, we really got to put together to make it a production, a good show.
And as you guys are about to go on tour for the rest of the year, as you guys are prepping for that, like, how are you guys prepping for the live show? Like, what's different on every tour that you guys go out on?
This headline tour that we're about to go on, starting next week, which is insane.
You guys probably haven't even been home.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah, yesterday was the first and only rehearsal we've had for the tour.
We have a lot more rehearsal days, but they don't exist now.
But I mean, thankfully so, because we'd rather have a really, really packed schedule than sitting at home waiting for something to happen. But this tour is going to be the best representation of Lovely the Band live ever. The bootleg show is like the first little taste. The Troubadour show we did that was a headliner back home was a little tiny taste, and then this is just going to be like full blown. We're just so excited. There's lights and new little interludes and different endings, and we're doing the whole thing. So
giving it away here.
Well, lights and new songs. That's all we're giving away.
But
lights.
It's vague.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Come out and see it.
Yeah.
Now, is it still a 3-piece when you guys go on stage, or do you guys have like musicians that are joining you guys on the tour?
It's actually never been just a 3-piece when we go on stage. We did it a couple times, but when we're doing fly stuff. But we always have we now have a bass player who does also some keys. His name's Blake. He plays with us live. Yeah. Okay.
He's a man.
Nice.
Love him. Love him to death.
Now, about the artists that are going to go on tour with you guys, like, what is it about these artists that you guys wanted them to join you guys on your headliner?
I mean, they're our homies, Dialogues is a great new band that our manager works with, and we thought they're really cool. They got great songs. The dude that mixed our record and engineered our record produced their stuff with them, and it's really cool stuff. And then Half the Animal are good buddies of ours. Red Horror is this dude Dylan. He sings in the band, and I've been friends with him for most of my life. And And then Blacktop Queen is another awesome band we're friends with out of LA. That super rad, 90s grungy, super just cool vibe. And Morgan Saint, who we are not friends with, but hopefully we'll be after the tour. We thought she was really cool.
Now it's cool that a few of these bands are LA locals, and they're still fresh in the game. Like, they just started. Dialogue, I just saw them at their opening show with Kitten.
Oh, nice.
And I was like blown away. Like, it didn't look like that was their first show.
Yeah, man, they're great. They're really cool.
They did awesome. We're really excited to have them. And everyone, yeah.
So now that the debut album is out, like what excites you guys most about this record?
That it's like out in the world, I've been doing the music thing for a long time, taking different swings at different bands and stuff, and that was the big bucket list, is getting a full-length album out and being able to. And we were lucky, I think the most exciting part about the whole record is that our label was really gracious and super awesome in regard that they kind of let us do what we want. They didn't try to put their hands in the mix of making the album, of the creative process, and they trusted us to do our thing, and that's really important. They didn't. Yeah, they weren't like, no, you need this, isn't this isn't that. We were very lucky to make the album we wanted to make and turn it in and be like, here you go, and they were excited about it. So, doesn't happen a lot. So.
What about you, Jordan?
Helps us be able to genuinely get behind this album. Is like, this is Lovely the band. Yeah. I think
it's your actual representation of what you guys wanted to do.
Yeah, I mean, it just sounds like us. It sounds like who we are right now, who we can be in the future, and it's a great way to introduce yourself into the band. Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Well, thanks for reuniting with me again. Like, I wasn't sure if you guys liked me the first time. I'm glad you guys did. But congratulations on the new record. I keep listening to it. I love it. Your Whatever is one of my favorite songs on it.
Oh, thanks.
Why? Tell me.
That one's a special one. I've been trying to write that song for 5 years. And it finally kind of happened, came together. That's a special song. It's about a couple special people that are in my life, and yeah.
We joked about it last time, how all the music is kind of depressing, but this is a brighter side of you. Like that, I think that's what I really enjoyed about it. That it's like, it's a side that I haven't witnessed, so your fans haven't witnessed either.
Yeah. I mean, it's got the sad undertones in there. It's about a girl that won't love you back, but it's
not as intense as the others.
Not entirely. I mean, it's just the song's about these people that are very special in my life, and I want them in my life in whatever capacity they'll have me.